Art people, and welcome to your final project of the year. You guys are going to be creating stop motion animation. So you are going to be making your own movie. All right. Now, you probably have some of you may have a lot of questions right now. First of all, maybe what's stop motion animation? Well, let's talk about that. So, stop motion animation is an animated film style where an object is taken and physically moved by a person in small increments. So that could be, well, it could be anything. It could be that's pencil sharpener. And it is physically moved by someone. In between each of those physical movements, a picture is taken. So every time I move this, I take a picture. And you take all those individual pictures, put them together and play them back, and the object will have the appearance of motion. And as long as you're not in the frame, it'll look like it's moving all by itself. So that's what we're looking for. That's what stop motion animation is. Now, you may have seen a stop motion animation film. You may know one right off the bat, okay? You may have no questions about it. You know what stop motion is. But just some examples. Gumby, classic old school example. The Nightmare Before Christmas. Any of the Wallace and Gromit movies, the guy and his dog. The Missing Link is a fairly recent one. Also, if you've ever seen Rudolph, the Rudolph little animated thing that comes out during Christmas time, that is a stop motion animation. So all of these are things, some of them more complex, most of these for the movies pretty complex, that are moved a little bit, picture taken, moved, and that's how it's created. All right, so if you're going to be creating your own, what do you need to be able to do that? Well, the first thing you're going to need is a story idea. That's going to be all from you. You know, what that is, it could be anything, just about anything. It can be someone or something trying to get from spot A to spot B. It could be there is someone trying to do something and there's an obstacle in their way. It could be making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That works. It is something that is happening. It's a story. But what that story is going to be up to you. Now, when you get your idea, you're going to need to write it down, write what's called a script. You're going to need to know what's happening, what you need, and what those individual parts are going to be doing, okay? And it can be short. It doesn't have to be a whole lot. It can be just a few sentences. But you need that for you to help you guide you through that animation process. So you have something to go by so you don't forget anything, or you just keep it all straight in your head. You could also create what's called a storyboard, which is where you take a really simple drawing. It wouldn't even have to be this detailed as the example I showed. It could be like just little stick people showing you what is going to happen over the major beats or major actions of the story. Now, you're going to need these for you, but you're also going to need those for me. I'm going to ask that you turn those in a day from now. So we'll go over more when that's due, either here in the video or in the description of the assignment. So these are going to be important for the class and for yourself, and making sure everything works out the way you want it to. Okay? So let's say we have our story. We know what's going to happen or what we want to happen. Now, how do we make this video? How do we make this movie? Well, there's a couple things you're going to need. All right. So first of all, you're going to need a cell phone or tablet, or both. We'll talk about that. But hopefully every one of you has one of those things. Pretty sure you do. So that's the first thing you'll need. Second is you're going to need an app called Stop Motion Studio. You can get it on the iTunes Store or the Android Store, and it's free. Okay? The basic, what you need to get this done, it's a free app. So, no cost there. Now, there are some add-ons we might talk about, and they're really cheap. I think you can get everything unlocked complete for $5. But I'm not even asking you to do that. You can use the free version. I've used the free version. That's all you really have to have. Okay. You're also going to need a studio. A studio. Well, it's just a stable, stationary place to work. It can be a desk. It can be a counter. It can be the basement floor. It doesn't really matter as long as it's a place where you can set your stuff up. It's not going to move by itself, and hopefully no one else or nothing else is going to come in and knock your stuff down while you're trying to do this, because that will be frustrating. So you just need a place to work. Second, you're going to need something to hold your camera still. Now, I'm going to show you how to do that in another video, or ways you can do that, but get creative as you need to, okay? But like I said, that other video down here, over there, not sure, just click on it, watch that, and it'll give you at least a couple ideas that you can use. And then, of course, you're going to need the thing you're going to animate. Now, that can be a lot of different things. It could be toys. You could draw out things. You could draw it on a piece of paper and do each frame drawn out. You're going to do that. Use thin paper so you can kind of trace what you're doing. You can do paper cutouts where the paper moves, or you can use everyday items. Like this one example down here at the bottom is, they're just little beans, little seeds that were arranged and then animated. It could be sports equipment. You could animate a pair of shoes. I mean, it's anything really. But that's up to you. What you want to animate is going to depend on the story you want to tell. So just think about that. So that's your materials. Oh, part of the things you may need, you're going to need some kind of backgrounds. Like, I don't want to see sort of fuzzy in the distance your messy bed or just a plain table, unless that's part of your story. I guess if you're making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, that's okay. But something, put a cloth down, hang up a sheet, construction paper, something. Just, try to need to make this look as creative as possible, okay? Or professional as possible, okay? So, all right, so those are the materials that you're going to need, the basic materials that you're going to need. So when you're working on the project, you're going to need to do a script or storyboard that's going to be due on May 12th. So you have 2 days. 2 days to come up with your story and write something out and turn that in. That'll be in another assignment. You'll turn it into another assignment that I'm going to post on the 12th. So you'll have that. The project is going to be between 10 seconds and 30 seconds. And maybe on the surface, 10 seconds doesn't sound a lot, but keep in mind your project is going to be 8 to 10 frames per second. So that means every second, 1/1000, that's going to be 8 or 10 pictures. Okay, so that's going to fill up pretty quick, but I want you to have enough leeway where you can tell the short little story you want to tell. I don't want to hamstring or confine anybody to keep them from doing what they want to do creatively. So 10 to 30 seconds, 8 to 10 frames per second. Okay, and I'll show you how to set that up on the stop motion studio when that comes around. So those are the basic parameters for the project. If you have any questions, please let me know. And yeah, good luck, guys.